Hey there, we're live. It's Jay in the building, and in this video, gonna go through the structure of how I've used a 7-minute Zoom call and Google document to sign premium clients without sales resistance, without it feeling icky, without cold DMing or anything like that. The exact process that's worked in two niches, worked for me in real estate, and worked for me in the female coaching space. And so ultimately, it's been battle tested, it's ready, it's fresh, and I'm going to share this with you today. So, what we're going to do is open up the screen to show you this. Alrighty, we're flowing. So, in this particular case study, just going to show this to you. We're talking about the whole essence of using other people's Facebook groups, your group, and the exact process. This is what helped me from one Facebook group. Yeah, 72K from one Facebook group is what was made. And other of my clients are using this same system to sign clients also in 56K in 7 days. Joy closed 13K in 30 days with this exact system. Ben made 6K in 7 days with this exact system. Laura closed a 5K paid in full with this exact system. Gary closed 50K in 2 months again with this system. And Emily enrolled 2 premium clients in 24 hours with this exact system. I call it the Sensei system. But now I'm going to break down the exact steps. Are we ready? I hope we are ready to go through this. And here, okay, let's make our start. Step number 1 is magnetizing content. All right. So here is an example of magnetizing content, right? Yeah, promote yourself. That magnetizes. No, it doesn't. Magnetizing content is content that actually speaks to people, speaks to where they are, speaks to their desire, speaks to their pleasure. We have pain point, pleasure points, and the messaging. Like, are we speaking to the scenario? Are we having a solution for our prospective client? Magnetizing content makes someone think, yep, he's speaking my language, she's speaking my language, and that's what we have to do. So how do we kind of get into the whole element of magnetizing content? Well, number 1, it's stating the problem or benefit right at the start to hook. We call that some sort of hook, right? Because as people are scrolling through and like reading everything that's on the feed, we want to hook them. We want to make them know, okay, this person is speaking my language. The 3 mistakes to avoid in order to lose 10 kg in 90 days. Okay. The 3 unique facts that allowed me to turn around my love life and have great, passionate sex with my husband or wife, whatever it might be. I just made that up. You know what I mean? But it's having something that hooks. But then after we hook, we need to actually have unique insights into that situation. And that comes from the market research. Have we done our market research? Do we know exactly the problems? Yeah, this might feel like you've been trying diets and you keep on yo-yoing. You emotionally eat when you are feeling bad. Okay. You do fasting for 8 hours, but then you eat badly in the 3 hours. So it's almost as though you know your client. And then we lay out, how do we solve the problem? But when we talk about how we solve the problem, it's got to be blue ocean. A blue ocean means there's blood in the water. Everyone's talking about the same thing. So how are you different? And then we give it context and a call to action. Here's an example of something that I've done that's worked quite well. Jay, I know you speak about a tangible transformation, but it does not feel good doing that. I just want to help women feel good. damn, bang. I'm talking about someone that's not quite kind of got their offer down, and I'm using a past client. So here's the problem: the offer's not selling. Okay, it's a particular scenario, and then I give some unique insights into the problem. All right, that she's tried master classes, email lists, building a Facebook group. Like, people are able to try different things, but if the offer isn't dialed in, it doesn't matter. Okay, then how to solve the problem, and then I mentioned it comes from conviction, comes from certainty. Then I give it a bit of context, and then I have a call to action at the end. So that post right here will get me clients much more than a post like, hey, take my 10K PDF, or promote yourself, because we are actually showing up front that we are the expert. We are actually showing up front that we can solve the problems. We are actually showing up front that we know what we're speaking about. Okay, so this is the scenario here. So magnetizing content. Okay, let's just look up that word, actually, magnetize, and see what magnetize means. Magnetize. Magnetize. Magnetic. Attract. Attract strongly. Magnetism. Okay, that is the actual key. We have to magnetize. Okay, next. So what we're going to look at next: primed profile. Primed profile to pre-sell. Wow, I'm a poet, right? But no, we have to actually have a profile that shows that we mean business. So first of all, a pinned post. Also, our profile banner has to be something that's showing that we mean business, right? So we have to show that we mean business here, right? Next, long form video. Again, we need to show in videos that, look, we are able to solve problems. Long form text, of course, works the same sort of way, but long form, let people sample you for 10 minutes. Let people sample you for 20 minutes. Let people see what you're all about in that element, right? Show that you're the expert. So long pin post, long form video. Then client results. Like, have you got any client results to speak of? Show again that you are the expert. Evidence of process. This is ever so important, because people buy into, first of all, number one, look, have you got a process that's different to other people? And with that process, has that produced results? And then your personality, like, do people resonate with you? So here we can see this, right? Having a clear process gives people confidence that this isn't just something that you've made money in and that's that, but it's something that is something that you're able to say that this is something that is producing results. What's next? We want to create macro and micro DM value. Now, there's something magical about someone who has consumed a lot of your content in other groups, in your group potentially, then they go to your profile. All right. So you've ticked two boxes. One, content's good. Two, profile's well positioned. The number three, what we're looking at is the macro and micro DM value. All right. Macro and micro DM value. So what we want to create is, the sort of value that's able to help people on the macro, maybe a bigger training that they can consume, and then on the micro. So what could work on the macros, giving people bingeable trainings? Now, this has been key for me. Giving someone a half an hour training. Here's someone asking for an interview. But giving someone like a big amount of training just allows us to activate what's called the trust timer. The trust timer means the more touch points, the more someone is familiar with you, the more someone knows you, the more they are able to make a buying decision. And this is what I found to be quite key in converting people when I was starting in real estate, I wasn't the guru, I wasn't the top person in that industry. But because I was able to give people bingeable bits of content, it was almost as though they began to get to know me quicker than if they were simply maybe reading a post here or there. So I'd give them a half an hour video, then another half an hour video, then another half an hour video. And then from there, it's like, okay, they know me at a deeper level. Why? Because I've not just put that content anywhere, I've put it in the DMs. All right. We know with the algorithm, content gets rarely seen in groups, right? Like quite low in terms of people being able to see it. But when this content is actually delivered in the DMs, there's a 90% open rate. Like 90% of people are going to open it, right? So whether the quality of the content converts, that is the determinant. So people do see it. The next after that, micro personalized plan. Now, this is what's worked for me. Like giving people voice notes and showing how I can help them, giving some insights, giving some tips, giving some suggestions, letting that land or not. Look, it might not land, it might land. Look, yes lives in the land of no, right? But by making that personalized plan, we are starting the coaching relationship early. By making that personalized plan, people can begin to future pace and see what it might be like to work together. Why? Because we're not waiting until the onboarding call to get someone a result. We're not waiting until the first group coaching call to get someone a result. We're getting people results in advance. And this is an age-old concept, right? I remember Frank Kern talking about this maybe 10 years ago. Getting people results in advance. So you're not having to wait. And then this is like a little video that I made for someone, giving them a little plan. And I could say on this plan, it said, hey, look, Facebook Lives, giveaway, PDFs, DM to give resource, Google document and 20-minute video, book a call, close call. So I'm giving someone a personalized plan, again, so they can see what it might be like to work together in advance. So they can see what it might be like in terms of how the system might work. They can see what it might be like in terms of does this resonate or not in advance. We're not waiting for something to happen. We are showing people that before you pay me any money, before we hop on a call, here's my thoughts, here's my thesis, here's my manifesto. Well, manifesto, maybe not manifesto, but here are some points that can sort of kind of get you going. And this links back really to what I call the sensei levels of where real transformation is. And on the bottom level is information. And when I say information is at the bottom level, because information's everywhere. Okay? Information's everywhere, but in essence, what isn't everywhere? Well, implementation. People are struggling with the whole element of implementation because we are awash with information. So how do we get into implementation? Well, rather than providing information, we provide insights. 1 or 2 insights that can be executed upon. Wow. 1 or 2 insights that people can see. Wow, amazing. Insights. And at the top level, identity. Like coming into the identity of someone that takes action, coming into the identity of someone that doesn't take no for an answer or take no personally, coming into the identity of someone who has service goals over outcome goals, who has process goals over outcome goals. And so the outcome is a result of the service and the process. So this is it. So once we tap into this element of things and we're showing people that it's personalized, they can actually have a shift. Oh, wow. I've been struggling, but I can see this happening for me now. I thought it was difficult, but I can see this happening now. identity shift, insight shifts. Find apart the 7-minute call and Google document. Now, let's go through why the visual document is so important, having a visual. The whiteboard. Okay, let me just quickly show you a couple of the whiteboard presentations. So this was one that I did for a med spa client. Here I did for a human design client. Here's one that I did for a real estate client. So what makes this so powerful? Well, let's go through this. Point one, as soon as people see the whiteboard, sales resistance falls. I mean, the number one problem, and we've all been there, right? You hop on a call and then it's almost as though it's like therapy. Like, why are you in pain? What's going to be like in 55 years when you're in that pain? What's it going to be like in 250 years while you're in that pain? It's like, wow, you're making me feel bad. You know what I mean? And that might work with some people, but I know for me, I'd much rather, like, if someone can help me, show me how you can help me, inspire me that way, right? So sales resistance falls. Why? Because you've got a whiteboard. Two, it's clarity. Clarity on a problem that you might have struggled upon for years. You're able to maybe see things a lot more easy, right? And a study mentioned that 65% of the world predominate in visual learning. So 2 out of 3 people predominate in the area of visual learning. And so when you create a whiteboard presentation, you are catering for the majority of the market, because they're going to be able to move from problem unaware to problem aware, hopefully, if you've done a good job in the presentation. Next, collaborative learning. So what do we mean by collaborative learning? Well, you're sort of working on the whiteboard together. Hey, like, okay, what's your target market? How old are they? All right, market research done? Or, all right, okay, what's the dream outcome here? What's the vibe? That's what we're getting, right? Okay, and how would you like to deliver that? Using the whiteboard helps in that process, for sure. And then it's the teacher frame. Like, if you've got the whiteboard, you've got the cyber pen and you're writing, you are positioned as the expert. You better deliver, but you are positioned as the expert because you're providing those insights. You're providing the identity shift. You better deliver the goods, though. So yeah, there's that element of things. And then finally, in terms of the Google document, sorry about that. What I found's worked in terms of the Google document is what makes your program different. What exactly makes the profile different? What makes your program different? Client results, like getting into what results clients have got, right? And then talk about the benefits of your program. Are people going to save time? Are people going to be able to feel better? Are people going to have more money? And then make the offer. But I think where it all starts from is what makes the program different. So, for example, I do role playing, done for you offer creation, like these sorts of things just makes it more probable that someone's going to succeed, right? Rather than trial and terror and guessing. That's the sort of element here. So yeah, unique selling point, client results, the benefits of the program, and making the offer. So those are the key points. Let's go through them again. Number one, magnetizing content. Magnetism. 2, prime profile. So people know that we're in business. People know that we have results. People know there's calls to action. People know we're not a charity. Although when we succeed in business, we can give to charity. Next, macro and micro DM value. Helping people before you ask for a penny. And then the 7-minute call structure. So, I hope you enjoyed watching this presentation. If you like help implementing this in your business using the 7-minute Zoom structure and Google document to sign premium clients, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, or even 7K, Just leave me a message below, premium clients, and then I'll reach out to you and see, potentially how I can help you with the element of crafting your offer and selling it in the market. Have a beautiful day. It's been Jay. Peace.